Use the dot plot to answer the questions. The first one asks you to find the mean of the data distribution. The way that we find the mean is we add up all of those values from the dot plot, and then we divide by how many dots there are. We're also going to take a look at problem 4 together. It says, what is the shape of the data distribution? Our two options are symmetric or skewed. Symmetric looks similar on both sides, and skewed is when the data is pushed off in one direction. So here you can see that most of the data is on the left, and the long section extends off to the right. So this one is considered skewed right. Number 1. Nora took a sample of 25 pennies from a large jar holding hundreds of pennies. The distribution of penny ages from Nora's sample is shown in the dot plot. Sean took a random sample of 15 pennies from the same jar. Sketch a dot plot to show what you predict the distribution of pennies, or the penny ages in Sean's sample might look like. We are only going to put 15 dots on our dot plot, but it should be similar because it's from the same jar. So since there's more here at the beginning, and then some here between 12 and 21, and then just a couple past that, we want to show a similar relationship in our dot plot. So we should have more dots towards the beginning, and then just a couple farther out for the older pennies. But keep in mind we only get to use 15 dots instead of 25. Go ahead and build your dot plot right now. Here's an example of what your dot plot might look like. You can see that there are a lot of the dots clustered up here at the beginning, and then a few sprinkled throughout towards the end, just like we saw in Nora's dot plot. But again, it should only have 15 dots on it. Do you think the ages of pennies in a different random sample from the same population will be similar? Why? Well, they are random samples, so we don't expect them to be exactly the same, but because they come from the same population, they should be similar. Number 3 says to sketch a dot plot to show the ages of 10 pennies that might be selected at random or in a random sample from the population. So just like we did for Sean's 15, we're going to do a similar thing by displaying what it might look like for a sample of 10. So we have some ages of these pennies. And we need 10 dots. Again, the majority of them should be pretty young. We'll have a couple that are older. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8, 9, and 10. We have quite a few at the beginning, a few in the middle, and very few at the end, just like we saw in Sean's and Nora's dot plots. Number 4, select a random sample of 10 pennies. So now we're actually going to do this and make a dot plot of the ages of the pennies in your sample. The first penny that I pulled was made in the year 2000. So that is 25 years old. The next one is made in 2006. So 2025 minus 2006 would make it 19 years old. This next one was made in 2012. So that makes it 13 years old. Now I have a 2016, which is 9 years old. I have a 1985, which makes it 40 years old. I have a 2025 penny. A 2002 makes it 23 years old. So far I pulled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pennies, and I need 3 more. There's another 2012, which is 13 years old. Here's a 2023, which makes it 2 years old. And a 2021, which makes it 4 years old. So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dots for my 10 pennies. Now it says to find the median. To find the median, we find the middle point in our dot plot. So we're going to cross off 1 from each side until we get to the middle values. Both of these are on 13. So in the middle of 13 and 13 would give us a median of 13. And it says to mark it on our dot plot. So we're drawing that line for the median. Describe the shape and spread of your data distribution. Well, my shape here is nearly symmetric. It's a little more spread out on the right side, but it is almost symmetric. You could also say that it is slightly skewed to the right because it extends farther in the right direction from the median than it does in the left. And the spread. Our spread, we went from 0 to 40, so that is a spread of 40. The following dot plot shows the ages for the population of 150 pennies. Describe the shape, center, and spread of this distribution. Well, this one is definitely skewed right. The spread of this distribution, it went from about 54 and 0, so it has a spread of 54. And then we also need to talk about the center, like where would we place the median? With the median, we want the same number of dots on each side. So if we're going to just approximate this, it seems like it would fall somewhere around here. We have a large grouping of points here, and then a lot of points on this side as well. So you might say that it is around 17 or 20, and that is the center. Suppose you want to know whether there are more blue cubes or yellow cubes in a bag. Describe how you could answer this question without looking at all 100 cubes. If we wanted to gather information, we could take a sample of the 100 cubes. And we want our sample to be random. We might do about 20 to make sure that we have enough data to determine if there are more yellow or more blue cubes. To collect our data, we're going to use the following table and record the colors of the cubes in our random sample. So here we go, sample of 20. We'll tally up. We have blue, yellow, blue, 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 yellow, yellow, blue, yellow, blue, blue, yellow, yellow, blue, blue, blue. I've done 16 so far, so I need 4 more. Blue, blue, yellow, and blue. So I had 5, 10, 11, 12, 13 blues and 5, 6, 7 yellows. For the relative frequency, we do 13 out of 20 total and 7 out of 20. And then we're going to convert those to decimals. So we have 13 divided by 20 gives us a decimal 0.65. And 7 divided by 20 is 0.35. It says how many cubes of each color were in this sample. Write these values as percents in your sample. There were 7 yellow, and 13 blue. So that was 35%, and then 65% were blue. Create a bar graph to summarize the number of cubes of each color in your sample. For the blue, we had 13, so our bar needs to go up to 13. And for the yellow, we had 7. So it should be lined up at 7. And then that is all for the bar graph and the end of lesson 13.